Alright, so welcome back. As you all know, right, on this channel is always all about history dating back to time immemorial. And today we'll be talking about a very notorious ham robber that terrorized the Nigerian state in the 1980s. Now, going to 33 years ago, the notorious bandit who terrorized Benin City and the old Bendel state in the 1980s is no other person than Lawrence Nomayadbon Anini, aka Obvido or the Law, and some members of his gang were executed by firing squad after being convicted by the defunct Bendel Armed Robbery and Firearms Tribunal presided over by Justice Omo Agege. For you to know how notorious Anini was, he terrorized Nigeria under military rule. Like a notorious armed robber terrorizing the Nigerian state under military rule, and who was even the president as head of status at that time. We'll find out soon enough. All right, let's go. So Anene was born in a village about 20 miles from Benin City in present-day Edo State. He migrated to Benin at an early age and learned how to drive and become a skilled driver. Anene became known in Benin motor parks as a man who could control the varied competing interests among motor park touts and operators. You can see how his standard starts coming about. He later dived into the criminal business in the city and soon became a driver and transporter for gangs, criminal godfathers, and thieves. Later on, he decided to create his own gang, which included Monday Osumbo, Friday Ofege, Smalley, Henry Ekpowan, Emeka, and Alhaji ZZ or Zege Zege, who was never captured. They started out as car hijackers, bus robbers, and bank thieves. Gradually, he extended his criminal acts to other towns and cities far north and east of Benin. Then he really has guts actually. So the complicity of the police is believed to have triggered Anini's reign of terror in 1986. In early 1986, two members of his gang were tried and prosecuted against an earlier under-the-table agreement with the police to destroy evidence against the gang members. The incident and Anini's view of police betrayal is believed to have spurred retaliatory actions by Anini, and in August 1986, a fatal bank robbery linked to Anini was reported in which a police officer by name Nathaniel Garevba and others were killed. That same month, two officers on duty were shot at a barricade while trying to stop Anini's car. During the span of 3 months, he was known to have killed 9 police officers. This guy was very, very ruthless on his reign of terror. And to clear some kind of controversy, the name Anini actually sounds like Yoruba, but Anini wasn't of a Yoruba descent. He was from Edo and Benin City. He terrorized Edo and extended his reign of terror to neighboring towns as well. But then he terrorized the Edo State more. So, in an operation in August 1986, the Anini team struck at First Bank, Sabongida Ora, where they carted away 2,000 naira. 2,000 naira now to most of us is just like a chicken feed, but then 2,000 naira in the early 1986 is a very, very huge amount of money. So, but although the amount stolen was seen as chicken feed, even though as a date, because of his escapades, it was seen as chicken feed to Anini himself, many persons were killed. And on September 6th, same year, the Anini gang snatched a picture 504 car from Albert Ote, the driver of the famous Super Cup Assistant Inspector General of Police, Christopher Omeben. In snatching the car, they killed the driver and went to hide his corpse somewhere. It was not until 3 months later that the skeleton of the driver was spotted 16 kilometers away from Benin City along the Benin-Agbo Highway. A day after this attack, Anini operating in a Passat car believed to have stolen also effected the snatching of another Peugeot 504 car near the former FEDECO office in same Benin. 2 days later, the Anini killed 2 policemen in Ohiwo local government of the state. Still in that month, 3 different robbery attacks, all pointing to Anini's involvement, took place. They included the murder of Frank Unaromi, a former employee of the Nigerian Observer newspapers, the killing of Mrs. Remi Sobanjo, a chartered accountant, and the stealing of the Mercedes-Benz car in Benin of Ugeli Monarch. The OV, before September 1986 due to a close, Anini struck at the gas station along the Wire Road, Benin, where he stole a substantial part of the day's sales from the filling station. He shot the station attendant and gleefully started spraying his booty along the road for people to pick. I mean, he was literally spraying money. The act of Anini's exploit, however, took place on October 1, 1986, the Independence Day, when the State Commissioner of Police, Kashmir Akadbus, was ambushed by the gang in Benin, riddled his convoy in a hail of bullets. The police boss survived the attack with serious injuries. Earlier that day also, the Anini men had gunned down a policeman within the city. These and many more are lots and lots of Lawrence Nomayad Anini's reign of terror. But then, how did he even rose to power? Who are his sponsors, and how did he even come about the law? Obviously from his name, Lawrence. But then, we'll find out in the next video coming up shortly. Bye.